Greetings, I'm LaShondra Little, and I serve as the Vice President for the South Metro Democratic Women's Council. The purpose of our organization is to create awareness and facilitate support for various social issues and programs that are of concern to women in the South Metro area. The South Metro Democratic Women's Council is extending an invitation to all eligible candidates to be interviewed from each city for the upcoming municipal elections. We're calling this series Candidate Conversations. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Mario Avery, who is running for the position of mayor for the City of Fairburn. So to get us started, tell us a little bit about yourself, Mayor Avery, and let us know why you're looking to come back in office.
My name is Mario Avery. I'm the compliance administrator over Fulton County government, where I'm responsible for the execution of opening opportunities for minority and female businesses. I've been doing that now for over 25 years between my employment at the City of Atlanta and now here at Fulton County for 18 years. I'm a former military personnel, and so a war veteran, very proud of it. And I'm, again, as you mentioned, I'm served an 8-year term as the former mayor of the City of Fairburn. And so I'm going to just go straight into it. And the reason I'm running right now to protect subdivisions and property values from proposed gas stations and liquor store. In particular, one of our most prominent subdivisions in our city is called Durham Lakes. It's been proposed. I was called to a meeting in March the 23rd, where I was informed that a current council member in the administration and mayor was aware of this issue back in January. And so it wasn't until I got involved and gave the subdivision HOA a legal battle plan, did it on Zoom. So many of the homeowners were actually listening when I gave the instructions of how to fight this and or force the City of Fairburn leadership to find alternate businesses or alternate type of operation that would go into the 2 commercial slots that are on the side of their entrance, main entrance of Durham Lakes. And so I'm running because, again, having understanding zoning, if this succeeds with a liquor store and gas station, this sets the precedence for subdivisions, Magnolias. I can just go on Meadow Glen, all these other subdivisions, they don't stand a chance because, again, the precedence has been set. And so I'm running because during my administration, we established a quality of life to a degree that we had people moving from other regions wanting to live in the City of Fairburn, and this is a complete contradiction of our efforts.
And I guess along those lines, out in the South Metro region, the other outside of liquor stores coming and gas stations, the other things that's popping up are these warehouses. What are your thoughts about the warehouses and us being in the South Metro region seeming to be boxed in?
Well, and believe it or not, the warehouse situation is actually not a new thing. If you go straight down Highway 74 going into Peachtree City, if you look to your right, one of the things that you'll see what they call a berm. A berm is almost like a 50, 60 foot type of coverage that's covering up a lot of warehouses in that area. Again, those are legal battles that I'm sure that people want to pursue as it relates to warehouses. But again, right now, my focus has to be right now. Yes, I'm aware of the warehouse situation, but my concern right now, I've got to address this situation that kills property value instantly. The people in Durham Lakes have already made it clear that many of them are talking about moving instantly. And so again, it's not, and I'm not saying one issue is more important than another one. This is the issue that right now, I didn't buy a house in Fairburn for it to become worthless because of precedents that's been set. Again, this was made known back in January, to where actually one of the council members that lived there, Mr. Whitmore, made it clear to them that there's nothing they can do, which I convinced the HOA that was complete falsehood back in March.
So outside of protecting property values, what other things, like what is your platform? What other things will you be focused on?
Well, one of the things that I'm very high on, you'll see my slogan has been one Fairburn, one family. One of the things that we talk about a lot is bringing our citizens together, bringing organizations or bringing situations in the case like the Fairburn Festival. I want to restore the activities in our city, where we brought our city together. Whether you're white, black, Hispanic, we brought our city together. One of the biggest events that was ever in the history of South Fulton was the Fairburn Fall Festival 2017, where John Lewis actually was our Grand Marshal. We had 25,000 people. And again, one of the things that I'm make it no secret, I'm an advocate of education and an advocate of things that help youth grow. We dumped $15 million in the Duncan Park. Our park was closed all summer. I'm here to bring life back into areas of our city that brings our people together, because at the end of the day, the quality of life, you can have all the big businesses, all the jobs, which our administration was successful with. But at the end of the day, the quality of life for you, what activity do our children have to do? What activity do our seniors have to do? And so my platform right now, let's restore a lot of these community activities that brought us together, that made Fairburn the place where people were just craving to move to.
Well, we've been in a pandemic now going on 2 years fighting COVID-19. Are there any legislative priorities you would support or push as it relates to COVID-19?
Yes, ma'am. One of the things that I'm very disappointed in, lack of protocol that was implemented by the city leadership, actually resulted in an employee dying as a result of being scared to take off. If you remember back, I believe it was almost a year ago, April, when COVID first got started. Some of the protocols, being that I work here at Fulton County, one of the first things I do, I bring in qualified staff. And I'm talking about from a city manager. Our city has been without a city manager for, I guess, now over a year. We've had 3 city managers in the previous 4 years. Our charter requires that you have a city administrator that can deal with day-to-day operations. And one of those day-to-day operations would be, what do you do, or explain to me and council, how do we plan to implement all the CDC protocols in the workplace for not only our employees, but for our residents that want to come and do business with the city. Again, I'm blessed that I'm here at a very great government, Fulton County government itself, where these type of protocols are well established. And so I would bring that experience whereby it allows me to find a city manager that would actually be able to execute that for me.
Okay. And our next question is, what can constituents in Fairburn look forward to from you that they're not currently receiving?
One of the things that they can look forward to me, and they can return, it will be a return. I worked a full-time job. One of the things that the residents talked about on a regular basis during my tenure as mayor, when I wasn't working during the day, you saw me in neighborhoods. I'm not talking about doing council meetings. You saw me coming to community events. You saw me coming asking, conducting surveys. You saw me coming out to the business community, ask them, how can we help your business grow? I'm a person that what they call, I believe in being involved. I believe in being visible, and not just being visible. I actually seek input from other people. And then I try to find out, ladies and gentlemen, what can we do based on your input? Is it feasible to use the information that we acquire? I conducted a survey, truthfully, I started that even as a council person, where I actually sent out cards. Would you name me the 10 top 10 from 1 to 10? Name me your priorities. I was able to use that data to come up with the agenda that I had during my first term as mayor. Again, one of the biggest things that people wanted. They wanted Duncan Park. We were able to dump $15 million and create, basically completely vamp Duncan Park to where it was the premier park in the county. And so that's one of the things that you're going to be able to look for. I'm very involved. I'm a communicator. And so
I can attest to that. Because I remember in some of the civic organizations I'm a part of, I won't name them. We had different events at Duncan Park, and every time we had something, you were always there. We always knew if we called on the mayor that you would be there. So that definitely is true. So one of the questions that we've been asking our incumbents, in which you're not necessarily incumbent, but you will be coming back as you serve the previous term, what resources have you brought into Fairburn for people who may not know?
One of the reasons, my God, where do you want me to start? Let's start that first of all by saying resources starts with relationships. And again, your organization can attest to this. One of the things that I was very proud of is that I was hell bent on trying to find jobs for the people that live in Fairburn. Everybody doesn't have a college degree. Everybody don't have military service. And so I was hell bent, excuse the terminology, on finding jobs in places for our people to be gainfully employed. And so one of the things that I'm proud of, the former lieutenant governor I had a relationship with both the Democrat and the Republican party, still have them to this day. I was able to get the lieutenant governor to help us to bring Google and Duracell to the city of Fairburn. And again, that was to address a need that I felt, unskilled labor type jobs in particular, where I made it clear in meetings with DOT and other agencies that, ladies and gentlemen, I need the workforce. I need people working. One of the things that I'm very proud of when it talked about jobs, the reason I was adamant about bringing Duncan Park alive, we employed every summer that once we opened the pool, we employed somewhere between 30 and 40 high school kids, lifeguard. We made them go get it. We took them through the training, got them certified, and we got them gainfully employed. And my whole position, one of the things I'm very proud of too, that I plan to restore. We had an education institute. What does that mean? Once a month, I would go out and I had top CEOs, high profile public officials, and we went to the Fulton County School Board and got it approved that they would give the kids from elementary, middle, and high school credit if they came one day a quarter to our institute for a whole day. And so again, I make it no secret, I'm an advocate of education, but I'm an advocate of youth. I'm all about youth. And one of the things too, I'm very proud of, and again, I was very adamant about how do we get our seniors, people that bought their house paid for, their grandparents, and now they just want to enjoy life. One of the things I'm very proud of is that my mama was blessed to live in the senior center, that senior housing unit that's behind the police station on 29. And so we also set hours. Nobody could come to the Duncan Park and swim but seniors. You had to be 55 and up. And so again, everything my administration was about was how do we bring our people together in the form of fellowship.
Thank you so much. Now, is there anything else you would like for the constituents in Fairburn to know?
Yes, I like them to know that one of the things that I'm doing, I'm a little displeased with the level of customer service that we had established. The city of Fairburn has had 3 city managers in 4 years, and we currently hadn't had one for a year. We've had, I think, 3 to 4 city clerks. One of the things that I prided myself on, we were able to bring some of the highest quality people in key positions, from public works to city attorney, all these different key positions. And many of these people actually was willing to work for our administration for lower than what they were worth on the open market. And that's because in this case, it was important to me for us to have institutional knowledge, people that have been there, done that, people that have got a history of getting results in regardless of the industry, whether it be HR, whether it be public works, whether it be parks and recreation. One of the things that I'm very interested in right now, I want to bring stability back to our government. And how do you do that? You bring qualified personnel in key positions and stop the turnover.
Okay. So how can people get in contact with you if they want more information, want to volunteer, want to know more about their campaign? How can they get in contact with you?
Yes, ma'am. You go to averyformayor.com. That's our website. And you can you'll see when you go to that site, it gives you an opportunity to go to our Facebook page, averyformayor.com, ABERYFORMAYOR.com. And again, we're excited. We've had, if you look on our Facebook page, you'll see that we've had some great rallies and great events. And so our goal is to make a mark in our city that'll be talked about for decades.
Well, thank you, Mayor Avery, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to interview with the South Metro Democratic Women's Council. This interview is vital for the people and allows the community to get to know you personally a little bit more and be enlightened about your platform. So best of luck on your future campaign.
And I'm sorry, ma'am, I apologize. I forgot to give one important point.
Go ahead.
I hired more African-American women in key positions than between the city clerk, the judge, the city engineer. I mean, I hire key Black women in key positions, and women, period. And so I made that no secret. My wife's a business owner, so I'm an advocate and a biggest cheerleader for women businesses because of just because of what I do for a living now, 30 years, as well as I'm blessed to have a lady or wife that's a prominent business owner as well.
Well, thank you again. And that was a great point to end on, since we are a women's organization. So that was definitely a great key point to end on. We will be posting these casual conversations on our website and our social media pages. We'll make sure to send it out to you and make sure you're tagged in all of the posts.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You have a great day.
Yes, ma'am.